Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Eve. This is East Creations Paint Party. It's Friday night. What? We're doing how to snowy trees. So, there's nothing on the canvas. See? It's blank. And I'm going to show you how to put snow on trees, right? Because it is the season and you'll all be doing your holiday stuff, and I hope you learned something tonight that's going to make your paintings that much better when you create on your own. So tonight, our palette, I always use the same colors every single time we paint. So I have a white, yellow, blue, and a black. I also have black all over my arm. That happened before I started. The weapons this evening, I have Fluffy, right? Stiff bristled brush. His bristles go everywhere. We have Big Boy. He's a 1-inch flat. We have Mini Me. He looks just like Big Boy. He is a shader. And we have Tiny in the house. He is a small round for details. Say hello, hello, hello. If you're painting with me tonight, let me know if anyone's painting with me tonight. Right? And we need to get a background on here, so I'm going to start that real quick. My canvas is a 16 by 20 canvas, so it's 16 this way, 20 straight across. So if you're working on something different, that's fine. We're just hanging out. We're just practicing tonight. So you guys totally got this. You totally got this. Yes, I break out into song. I apologize now. All of my videos are available on YouTube, Eve's Creations Paint Party, the same exact name as tonight. That is where you will find the replays to infinity. They'll only be on Facebook for 30 days. All of my artwork, original acrylic artwork, is for sale. We're taking holiday orders now. There's 30% off the seasonal. Always, always, always free shipping. So that is my Etsy shop. Eve's Creations Art on Etsy. Okay, and always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. Tips makes the videos still happen. So I have a Venmo, which is that, and I also have a PayPal, which is that. Okay, happy Friday, Marcia. How are you doing, sweetheart? What's going on? Stars is also enabled tonight, so feel free to send any stars. March is in the house. All right, we're going to slap a background on here real quick. So I am going to grab white. I'm going to grab some blue. I'm going to grab a little bit of black. And we're just going to fill this in real quick like. Okay, so I don't want this too dark because I want to see my my trees against it. All right, So we're just going to put this on lickety-split like while everybody comes in this evening. And we do our roll call and say hello and all of those happy things. So I hope everybody's having an amazing beginning of their December. Right? It's December. How did that happen? How did December happen? How did December happen? Anybody want to tell me? Anybody want to fill me in how December happened? Does anybody like to tell me what is up with that? Okay, I'm just swiping back and forth, smooth it all together. Okay, working my way down the canvas, grabbing white, grabbing blue, grabbing a little microscopic amount of black, just to put some gray tones in there, right? Snowy gray tones. Snowy gray tones. Da, da, da. Swiping back and forth. The more you swipe, more it's going to blend together. Just smushing it in here. Shroop, 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 shroop. Okay, so I'm going to put snow on the bottom. Hello, Joan. Joan is here. What's up, Joan? How are you, sweetheart? Joan's in the house. Okay, so one thing I'm going to tell you, when you make snow, especially your first layer of it, do not make it completely white. Do not make it completely white, because all your layers you're going to do on top of that, you're not going to see them. So I always do some blue and I do some white for my initial layers of snow. Okay, because if you turn around, I'm just doing a little wiggly do line here. If you turn around and make it white, 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 guess what? You're not going to see any of the cool stuff you're trying to do on top of it. Like if you were making a snowman or something, how are you going to see your snowman if he's on completely white paint? Oh, you went to Savannah? I've been to Savannah. I love Savannah. Savannah's amazing. And they have that big art college there. And this like huge Blick store. And they got that main street with all the shops. And then you have the waterfront with the boardwalk and all the pirate stories. And I just love Savannah. Savannah's so pretty. It really is pretty cool. Okay, I am just swiping back and forth, doing a little bit of wiggly do. Just doing some wiggly do, right? Giving some movement. We're doing some movement. Right? Shoop, shoop. Putting in snow. It's snowy season. What's up, Cindy? How you doing, sweetheart? What's going on? Cindy's in the house. Da 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 da. Right? Just blue and white, and I am just grabbing it. I'm not turning around and making a blue and white first. I am just grabbing different amounts of blue and white, seeing what happens. Getting all different types of colors in here. Not one solid basic color, because that's not how nature works. That is not how nature works. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. There's all different variations of color. Not to start using like big fancy words, but there is. There's all variations of color. Alright, we've got our snow. Woohoo! Woo, we did it. Alright, you all have a good night. I'll see you all later. How y'all doing? Okay, so I'm going to dip my brush into the tiniest amount of water, and anywhere that didn't want to blend, I am just going to smooth out just by putting a little water on my brush, small amount, just to soften even more any little areas. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, we need a tree. We need a tree. You're recovering from knee surgery. Well, oh, hello, Becky. How you doing, Captain? What's going on, sweetheart? And let me write Becky down and Cindy. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a speedy recovery. My mom had her knees done. She did pretty well with that. I mean, they kind of like force you up and at them like right out the gate, right? So I'm grabbing yellow, I'm grabbing blue. I did not clean my brush off. Okay? And we're just going to swipe a tree. Okay? So shoot, there's the middle of my tree. And we're just going to swipe a tree in here real quick. Swipe. Okay. There we go. We got ourselves a Christmas tree. Alright. There's one tree. Okay. Now I'm going to turn around and we're going to swipe. Another tree. Actually, I want to show you a close-up, so I'm going to swipe some pine needles. So if this was piece of a pine tree that you would see up close. Okay, right? Just a branch of a pine tree. And I'm just flicky doing. That's all I'm doing is flicky doing. Thanks, Becky. You love the background, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You've done this background before. Alright, there we go. There is a piece of a pine tree. We're going to say it is. I don't know. Looks like something green. Alright, now I need a tree. A tree, which I'm just going to wipe my brush off and get all the goopy gobby out of the middle of it. And I'm just going to grab some black. Ready? Shoop. Boop. There's our tree. Da 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 da. If you want to learn how to paint trees in depth, I have a how-to trees on my YouTube. I think I have a couple of them actually at this point. Shoop. Right. Shoop. There we go. And we'll put another big branch here. And have this out that way. There we go. Okay, and there's one more tree I want to make. Now I'm going to wipe off Big Boy and put him in the water. I want to make a fluffy tree with Fluffy. So I'm going to grab my white, I'm going to grab my yellow, I'm going to grab my blue, and we're going to do a fluffy pine tree. So I'm just smashing, going in and out, in and out, and in and out. Mama's got a squeeze box, Daddy doesn't sleep at night. Right? Hi, Tina. What's up? What's up, Laura? How you doing? What's up, guys? Tina's in the house. Laura's in the house. Tina, thank you for Dollar Day. I really appreciate it. That was very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. I was going to paint a painting for you guys, but I don't have any canvas. So I had this one canvas left. That's all I got. So I was like, alright, let me learn you guys something. Because I couldn't paint something on it and then show you guys how to paint it. So that's how we wound up with a how-to tonight. That's how we ended up with a how-to. Alright, so I am just grabbing blue. I'm grabbing yellow. We're going to put this pine tree in here. Da 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 da. Alright. There we go. There is a pine tree. Oh, no worries, Tina B. Yep, very true, Laura. Very true. How y'all doing? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. Okay, so this guy right here, right? I'm going to grab Mini-Me, and I'm going to grab some white paint with some blue, right? What did I say? We don't do white snow. We do very light blue snow, right? So we can do shadows and highlights and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just going to go up to this tree. Let me bring you guys in here. Bring it in. There you go. And we're just going to flicky do. right? This is very light flicks. Very light. If you notice, I am not doing solid lines. I'm not doing solid lines. I'm doing very light flicks. Okay. I'm letting the paint separate. I'm keeping it moving. I'm not going over one area over and over and over again. Okay, so whatever's on my brush, I'm just letting it come right off my brush. You notice I didn't even refill my brush. Right? Now I'm going to refill my brush. Again, this is light blue. I grabbed white and I grabbed blue. I didn't pre-mix it. Haha, no worries, Joan. We're just practicing. I didn't pre-mix it or anything. I grabbed some white and I grabbed some blue. See? It's all the color is still separated. Right? I just made sure it was light enough. And we're just going to do little pieces, right? Little pieces going outwards. So in the middle, it's flicky. And then when you get to the end, you do a bigger flick towards the outside. We did this on our Misty Snowfall Magic Tree. Right, guys? It's the same snow that was on that tree. Right? Right. Okay. So, and now we're going to let that dry. Hey, Tamara, what's up, darling? Okay, we're going to let that dry. Tamara's in the house. Alright, now we're going to go to our, whatever this is. It's a pine branch. Just imagine it being a really good pine branch. So that's what you're going to do. We're just going to imagine that it's a really good pine branch. And again, I am grabbing some blue. I'm actually grabbing a little bit of yellow. Right? Give it like a little bit of a turquoisey tone. Alright? And I'm going to come in here, and this is a close-up. So I am actually going to find and match where my brush strokes are. Not unlike this, I just made new ones. On a close-up, you're going to find where your brush strokes are. Right? And follow them. And you want to follow, not all of them, right? Depending on how much snow. Okay, because this is a close-up. And again, you don't want white. So I am going to find where my pieces are. My branch is, it's kind of dark. Alright, I don't know why it's so dark. It shouldn't be dark. Shoop. There you go. There you go. I don't know why it's so dark. I don't know why my camera's making things dark. All my lights are on. Alright, now we're going to let that dry. Okay, and let's go over here to our regular tree. That's better. Can minimize the comments, but not the shadow, right? Yeah, I don't know why it's coming across so dark. I have all the lights on. It's very strange. Okay, so I'm going to turn around and get the goopy gobbies out of my brush. We're going to grab our white, light blue mixture here. Alright, is that better? Okay, I think that made it worse. I know, I'm pressing buttons now, and I don't know what I'm pressing. Oh, that made it. Alright, there we go. I was pressing buttons. I don't know what I'm pressing. Alright, so, still a mini-me, right? Not white, 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 white. And I am going to follow my tree branch. Okay? And then in where it meets, you're going to do a little swoop swoop. Alright, I made a big swoop swoop, but you get the idea. Okay, so we're going to follow and do a little swoop swoop. Right? Over on this side. Okay, and I'm pulling this. This is a straight flat line here. I'm pulling it. Unlike the pine trees where I did lots of flicky-doos, this is straight pulled lines, okay? There we go. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take Fluffies in the house. Swirl tap dab my Fluffy. There's still some paint in Fluffy. I'm okay with that. And we're going to go over to our smushy tree. Alright, and we're going to grab a little bit of white paint just on the tips. Right, smash it off. And I'm going to come over here, and it's dirty white. It's not white, 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 white. And I'm going to pop in very lightly. Here, there, not everywhere, right? We don't want the whole tree being complete snow. You'll lose the fact that it's a tree, and it'll just look like a big white blob. I know this is fun. Don't get carried away. Alright, don't get carried away, guys. Alright, there you go. There you go, there you go. Do, 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 do. So, I can't believe it's December already. It's just nutty to me. It's just a little nutty to me. Okay? And I'm turning my brush so the little featherings go in different directions here. Okay? Here, there, not everywhere. Again, we're not going for whites, 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 whites. Right? Add that on. I'm going to grab Mini-Me again. Now, obviously, the tree is going to create... Exactly, Laura. I was going to call you out on that. The tree is going to make a shadow in the snow. Alright? So, just keep that in mind. Your trees are going to make shadows in the snow. So, I am just grabbing some more blue. Right? Have it just be darker than whatever's on my ground here. And you can easily zigzag zoom a shadow into your snow. And you take your finger and soften the edges of it. Alright, so keep that in mind that it's going to cause shadows. Okay, so, and then your finger is going to look like that. Alright, we got roll call. We got Marcia, Joan, Becky, Cindy, Tina, Laura, and Tamara in the house. Woot woot. Okay, I'm going to get some clean white paint now. Now we go in with the sparkly. Now we go in with the white, white, white stuff. 6,000%. Okay, so I'm grabbing a straight white paint and a clean brush. Right? And we're going to go back to this guy. Flicky Magic Tree over here. Do, 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 do. And we are going to, here, there, not everywhere, lightly go in and put in brighter white pieces, following the shape of our tree. No solid lines, all flicky-doo, flicky-doo. Right? In the middle, it's a slight flicky-doo. And on the edges, you can go sideways a little bit more. Right? Here, there, not everywhere. Hi! Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth. There we go. So, very lightly. I'm pressing very lightly. And if you notice, I'm sticking and moving. I'm putting it on and I'm keeping it moving. I'm not going over it and over it and over it and over it. Hi, Elizabeth, and trying to make it perfect. I'm not going to keep going because then you're just going to mush them out. And you're going to lose the feathering effect. Like if you keep going, I'll show you, alright? So, see how these are nicely feathered? See it? All feathery and soft and pretty. If you keep going over those lines, you keep going over this and over this and over this and over this and over this, right? Trying to get a perfect little flick. It's not going to be feathered anymore, and it's going to look very thick. Now, if you want it to look like the snow is piled on, that is what you would do. But that is a personal preference, and then you have to add shadow to the snow. So, if you were going to do this to where it looks like the snow is piled on, okay, you would put your piece of snow in. And then I'm going to grab Tiny. I'm going to grab some blue paint. And I come in here. And I got to add a shadow to the pile of snow. We're going to do this over on our tree over here. We're going to do this over on our tree. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, Katie. How are you guys doing? Right, so I'm going to put the blue on, then I'm going to take my shader, right, I'm going to take Mini Me, and I'm going to soften this all out. So if you want to do sections of snow, you can. I'm going to grab some Just White again, put the Just White on it, and you can make it look like a big chunk of snow's on there. Alright, good night, Becky. Have a great night, sweetheart. Get your rest. So, that is how you would do a chunk of snow. Alright? I'm going to show you a little more in depth on the other tree. Okay. So, same thing over here. I'm grabbing the white paint. But I'm going to follow, as best as I can, the pieces that I already put in. Okay, this we didn't have to follow anything. The more flicky-doos, the better. The individual piece, the close-up piece, you want to follow what you did. You're not going completely over your original line. You're kind of going next to it. And again, I am not doing solid pieces. I am doing a flicky. Right? I'm not doing this. Joan. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. Not this. Okay? I'm And like I said, you're going to go next to them, not on top of them. Alright. Now we're going to go over, this one is simple enough, right? I'm just going to take, and then I'm going to show you the tree, because the tree is going to take us a few steps. So I'm Swirl, Tap, Dab, and Fluffy here. I'm going to grab the white now. Okay. I'm going to grab the white. Haha, most certainly is, Laura. And we're going to come in here. And here, there, not everywhere. I'm going to put in the white. Again, sticking and moving. Now, if you notice, my initial putting of white wasn't that dark. So, there's not much of a contrast here. Which is okay. Some people like that. Go. Okay. And you can go off of your green. You don't have to follow, right? There was no green there, but I put some white there. Okay? Because you got that white that might be hanging out on some little branches that are so small you can't see them. What's up, GA? How are you? Right? So you don't have to follow the green. You can put it out off of the tree. Because there might be some branches you don't even see are there. Okay. So that is the fluffy one. What's up, GA? How are you, sweetheart? That is the fluffy one. We got Marsha, Joan, good night, Becky, Cindy, Tina, Laura, Tamara, Elizabeth, Katie, and GA in the house. Okay, now we're going to this guy. And this guy is going to take us a minute. There's a few steps. Okay, remember over here when I was trying to show you like the solid piece of snow? That's what we're going to do. Alright, so let me put you guys to where you get the tree. There we go. Alright. Now, that white I put on there is dry. So, I'm going to take Tiny and I am going to take Mini-Me. I'm going to take Mini-Me and make this wet again. I'm going into just light blue, not white snow here, okay? I'm just going to make this wet again. And don't worry if you take too much of your branch off or anything like that. We can fix it. Okay? Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to grab... Now it's up to you. Some people make it gray. Some people do it with the blue. You can do it with a little... Yes, you do, Tina B. You can do it with a little bit of both, some blue and black if you want. You know, it's really personal preference. And I'm going to come in with my tiny brush and I'm going to just put in the darker color towards the bottom. Doesn't have to be completely on the bottom, towards the bottom. And now I'm going to take my shader and we're going to zigzag zoom. Okay, now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to clean off my tiny brush. I'm going to go into white, 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 white. White, white, white. Put that towards the top. Again, flicky, flicky. Maybe put a couple little pieces in the center here. Right? Just a little bit. Just little bits of paint. Okay. Right? Just like that. Right? Once you have that in place for yourself, you can go back in now. We're going to go back in with whatever your branch color was. See how that one's more defined than this one? See how that's very, very flat? And this one, you could actually see the roundness of the snow. Thank you, Laura. So that is the difference, and you could always soften it some more. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my branch color, which I made my life easier tonight, and I made it black. And you can go in and add, so if you go over your branch too much, that's okay. You can always put some of it back in. And now, right, you could fix where the trunk was, right? You can tighten that up. Okay. And now, once you do that, now you're going to put your smaller branches in. Alright, so I'm going to grab my black paint. And we're going to finish this out. Right? And let's say part of this is going out this way. Woo. Right? And let's say there's a branch going this way. Again, following the branch. Putting these pieces going outwards. Maybe a little guy coming off of here. Alright. Now, you would move to using a smaller brush at this point to put the really tiny, tiny things on there. Okay? So now that you have your branches, you give that a minute to dry. And while we're waiting for that to dry, like if you had browns and stuff, or maybe like you could turn around with your close-up branch and you could put in your branch pieces. Okay. Notice I didn't make a solid line. Notice I tucked it in between the needles. Okay, I tucked it in between the needles. I didn't do a solid line. Now this would probably be better with some brown, but you guys get the idea. Put some of the diagonal parts in here. Alright, you're only going to see little bits of it. So you don't have to make it solid. Exactly, Laura. Alright, and then with our big fluffy guy, the big fluffy guy, you guys said, said with the comments and stuff. So I know I'm moving my camera around a lot, but I'm making sure you see every tree. Okay? The big fluffy guy, you can just dab in the suggestion of his trunk going down the center. Right? If you want to break some of it up, all right, you can do the suggestion of his trunk. Try to stay straight. Try to stay straight with it. You can also put some snow on the trunk. So I'm going to grab a little bit of white because this black is wet. Right? Then you're going to go back. You're going to go back. Once you put the trunk in, you're going to go back and clean the edges, right? So I'm going to grab some green and some white. And come in here and I'm going to just lightly tap where the edges of the thing is, so it's tucked into the tree more. And if you wind up with a completely different color than what's in your tree, just put a few taps throughout the tree of the new color too. The more colors you have, the better your tree's going to look. Alright, I got kind of a experimenty green, and I'm not mad at that. Okay? Now we're going to go back over to our bigger tree. Alright, and I'm going to show you how to finish this off, and you guys are going to be all set. Okay, so we have that. And I'm going to grab Tiny. And I'm not going to grab white. I'm going to grab like a very, 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 very light blue. And I'm going to take Tiny and I'm going to pull this out. Okay. And you got to think, snow is laying on this. Okay. So snow is not going to, unless it was a windstorm and it's like stuck to the side of the tree, right? This is snow that's laying. So wherever it would be laying on the branch, right? And again, if you lose part of your branch, that's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to turn around and I'll swirl tap dab and I'm going to grab my black again. Now, if you notice, right, I just put it on the one side, and when I grab my black again to clean this up, right, it's going to look like it's laying on the branch. Right, maybe clean this piece up a little bit here. Right, put this little piece back in. Intersect this right there. Okay, so you want those little branch intersections. You want those little branch intersections right there. You see that? You see that? You see where the bottom of the branch is cutting through the other piece of the branch where the snow is? That's going to give you your depth and dimension. Alright? And then I'm going to, over here, we're going to clean this up. Extend this out. So right here, I'll show you, right here, these two are meeting. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, oop, fumble! Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Fumble! It's got butters on it. So I am going to take this part right here. See that little piece of white right there? I'm going to take the branch and cut through that. And see how that automatically made it to where the snow's sitting on top of the branch? Okay, guys? So that is how you put snow on trees, right? You've got your wispies, you've got your fluffies, you've got your individuals, and you've got your branch. So that is the way you do it, guys. I hope you had an amazing time tonight. I hope you learned lots. I'm going to see you in a couple weeks. And we're going to do amazing things. Thank you, Marcia, Joan, Becky, Cindy, Tina, Laura, Tamara, Elizabeth, Katie, and G.A. for joining me. Woot woot. I hope you guys have an amazing couple weeks. I'm going to see you real soon. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, fam. All right. You guys have a great night. Bye. You're welcome, Marcia. You're welcome, welcome. You're welcome, Tina. Thank you, ladies. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.